Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy. We're probably going to fix that. we haven't been cut a check, so yeah, we probably going to fix that. just keeping it G, you know.
Man, let me tell you something. I have never in my life said, "Oh, wait a minute," and been so ready. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Professionalism 101. Shouts out to it.
As a multi-time father, as you are, I would figure your prepared and readiness would be top tier at this age.
Shaking like a hooker at church, bruh.
Ooh.
But I made through.
Cloud have mercy.
We'll get to the episode stuff here in a second. We keep forgetting to do this. Let's get it in early and often. Pause. Shouts out to Sarah Vega Pro Audio, SarahVega.com. Shouts out to Henry. Shouts out to Gary. Sarah Vega Pro Audio for all of your pro audio needs. Everything from like your car audio for your motorcycles, for your motorboats, for your professional recording studio, and everything from cans like these we have on right here, and even the wait, am I wearing? I hope I am. If I'm not, oh well. Even the studio monitors. So yeah, they got it all. So StereoVega.com is your pro audio source and value sponsor of the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. Not to mention Vita Hermosa Cigars, VitaHermosaCigars.com coming soon. It's a beautiful life. Indeed it is. Suave, what up, man?
Man, you know what? Just out here living the dream, man. You know, just navigating life and all of its detours and speed bumps and under construction signs, and we holding it in the road, baby.
Man, let me tell you something. Mother Nature stopped a great trip from being epic.
Who keep playing with the thermostat? I
actually went back to Texas,
yes,
for some personal growth.
Oh.
And I got what I bargained for. Shouts out to James Klein, aka Gangsta Gutter, aka Mr. DFW Film Crew, aka Banger Boy Studio himself.
Indeed.
Man, that's pretty much like the list. Cause like that Wednesday that I was there was like, it was record low temperatures.
Arctic.
And it was the second coldest day that I ever remember in my time in Texas.
It could have been a recorded history type thing. Like, look, single digit temperatures are not a thing here in Texas, in the greater Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex and surrounding suburbia.
Wait, there's more. So as I was like hoping for better days ahead, I wake up that Thursday to the new second coldest day the entire time I've been in Texas.
Yeah,
the coldest day was easily the Monday of Snowmageddon in 2021. That was easily the coldest day ever that I remember in Texas. Like that's not even a question.
That's crazy.
And the temperature swing from that day, we're talking about temperature, not wind chill. The temperature swing from that day to the next day was about 20 to 25 degrees. So it was drastic that day. And so that last Wednesday and Thursday were both consecutive number 2s compared to that day.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but made it through. I'm still here and we thawed out. Today's date, Wednesday, February 26th. Yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, my Lord.
I said, yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, my Lord.
20 and 20. Filth.
Please hold your questions until the end of the press conference.
I will take that one. All right, man. We've had no speed bumps That's debatable. On the road to WrestleMania. What am I talking about?
We still on what Houston will refer to as the feeder road, or what we refer to as the on ramp.
The on ramp service road.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we had an episode couple shows ago called On Ramp.
Yeah,
it's pretty much where we are still. There's no significant developments other than what you kind of knew already was going to happen.
We may have orange trash cans out merging a closed lane to push you onto the highway. So make sure you check your brakes. Have your turn signal on. Suave, it's time to play a game.
Hey, hey.
You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. Let's say that this again. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that this again. One, two, three. Get your tail out. 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 3. Get your tail out. 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to ask who this is sponsored by, because
We already said it. Vita Hermosa Cigars and Serwin Vega Pro Audio.
check the ticker at the bottom, the lower third, buddy.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, WYBA, our favorite radio station. Yeah, you don't know what it is? Ask your mama. She'll tell you. Yo,
Radio station that keeps it 100.
WWYYBBA.
You sound like you've done radio before.
It may be a thing. May be a thing. All right. So here's what we talking about. You know who ain't gonna win? Another episode on the road to WrestleMania. Live from Toronto, Canada. Formerly Skydome, now Bell Center. Was it Bell Center?
Is it?
It's something Bell.
Southwestern?
Not even. Not in the Great White North. No, sir. Like
Bell Pepper?
No.
I know it's not Bell's palsy.
Not
Bell's
even
Bells.
Not Ricky Bell. Not Patti LaBelle.
Damn. Damn. Ring my bell. Taco Bell.
Salvatore Bellomo.
Bellator. Yeah.
Bella Caroli.
Yeah, well, I guess that's it.
All right.
Bell.
You say Tinkerbell? The Elimination Chamber, live from Toronto, Canada, only on the CAC, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central. It's on Netflix internationally. Go ahead, Suave.
The tagline for this event should have been Soul Snatcher. It should have been Super Pause.
So, if there is a speed bump on the road to WrestleMania, is this it? This whole confrontation between The Rock and Cody that's going to give the pencil pusher massive and entire world of professional wrestling what we told you was going to happen like 6 episodes ago?
Just allow me to play devil's advocate in a moment to troll people who seem to not understand how this works.
Let them know, G.
So first, here's what I don't understand still. There was a contingent of people who said, we don't want The Rock, we don't need The Rock. But that same contingent was pissed off in the fact that he wasn't going to be at WrestleMania this year. All of a sudden, The Rock shows up, starts a storyline with the same person he was doing this with this time last year, and now they're pissed off because he's back involved. Because they read and take these online opinions to be fact, and take it as though The Rock is shoehorning his way into WrestleMania. First of all, when you're on WWE's Mount Rushmore, there's no such thing as shoehorning your way into anything.
Keep going.
And then there's these online reports about WrestleMania having trouble selling tickets due to the exorbitant price point, which we already knew that. The price point is ridiculous. But they were blaming it on the fact that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble and he wasn't selling tickets. To which my counterpoint would be, Jey Uso's not the one who's supposed to be selling tickets this year. It's your champion. It's Cody who's supposed to be selling the tickets. So wouldn't that be more of an indictment on him?
Not to mention, Walter should also be selling tickets because considering he's going to be at the top of night one.
But that's a participation trophy championship, so we don't.
Regardless.
I'm with you, but I don't blame any of the current champions or current top-rated challengers. That's not it. It's the fact that currently, in this particular society in which we inhabit, money is more of a coveted resource than it's ever been. So putting 4, 5, 6 bands on seats for WrestleMania may not be at the top of everybody's priority list.
No, I'm glad you put it that way. Like, okay, first off, facts. In what world do you sit down and watch people compete, not for just one but 2 nights, and spend the equivalent of a bag that you would spend on an all-in vacation between the multiple parks of Orlando?
You feel what I'm saying? Like, we talking about, so understand this is Easter weekend / 420 weekend / WrestleMania weekend.
The best possible scenario for WWE is the fact that you're doing this on a holiday that happens to fall on the weekend.
To properly big kick it in an environment like this, you are closing in on double-digit thousands. Like, if you really want, like, if I really wanted to set it out the way I would want to for something like that, that's ringside or close, lower level seats for both nights, which by itself is going to be, 5, 6 bands. Well, you know what? It's an out of town, so it's not one of those things where I'm like, I'm in the city. So I'm buying the travel package. So I'm showing up for SmackDown, the Hall of Fame. I'll go to NXT Saturday, even though I don't watch the product on TV. And then I'm going to night 1, and I'm going to night 2, and then I'm going to the Raw after. Back up.
This is you we're talking about here, right?
Right.
You don't watch NXT. What else happens WrestleMania weekend that's not WWE related?
That happens WrestleMania weekend that isn't WWE related.
Yep.
I'm sure there's going to be some sort of a Ring of Honor show.
Literally every other wrestling company is in the building that weekend.
That part. So, yeah, and some of those shows are affordable. Other shows, they're trying to make their nut back. Just keep it real. So,
because we went cheap. We went cheap for, was it 2021 when we came out of lockdown?
Oh yeah, WrestleMania. So that's what, 38?
Yep. We went cheap that weekend and called ROH, and granted, we called a history-making show. We saw the AEW Ring of Honor re-debut, AEW debut of Samoa Joe. We saw FTR versus Briscoes 1.
Yes.
We caught the Joe Hendry fever.
Right.
We saw Roosh lose to Jonathan Gresham before Jonathan Gresham decided to take a mental lapse, like on life as it related to professional wrestling.
We saw Swerve pre-world title.
Pre-world title Swerve right after he joined AEW. What else did we see? The Young Bucks come in and during that FTR, or actually after the aftermath of the FTR match with the Briscoes. Yep. We saw Willow Nightingale before she's had her run. Like we got extremely drunk.
Did we?
We was on it all. We had gummies and we had alcohol. I know because I brought it.
First of all, we don't admit to anything. Second of all,
hey, statute of limitations say that's over with. We good.
Second of all, I could probably name a handful of times where I was way more out of control. But I understand what you're saying. We had a great time.
We had an amazing time for us to be in an environment where we were, still skeptical about being outside.
Very, very much so. and we socially distanced in the greatest way possible. We learned a cheat code for going to Curtis Colwell. So
every doubt we had about that building was curtailed the minute we walked into it. We was like, okay, we get it now.
Facts.
So like so that's just one microcosm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here's the thing. That's us navigating our own city.
Here's the thing.
We know how to get around. We know all the ways to not get caught in traffic. We know better places to go eat. We don't have to pay for lodgings. So going to Vegas is already a trip where you know you got to have some disposable income, because if you don't, you're not going to have anything to do.
And please don't happen to have any extracurricular habits that cater to the environment that you're in. That's a whole other bag that you got to worry about.
Like drinking, gambling, smoking, watching shows, riding ATVs.
Girls or boys, depending on your preference.
No judgment here.
None.
So,
but if you like the extracurricular,
so look,
be prepared to drop out.
So look, there's the travel package to get there that puts you in all the events. You still need lodgings. You need airfare. You need transportation while you're there, whether that be ride share or rental or whatever you choose.
Word to the wise, ride share there is there's a lot of automation going on. Continue.
You see what I'm saying? Or else you're just gonna be on foot a whole lot. You ain't ate yet.
That might be the lowest ticket that you have is food.
Might be, depending on your tastes. we're certified foodies, so that ain't cheap either.
That $100 brunch that 2 Chainz put us on most expensive is I need bruh, listen.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about?
And on the Lord's Day too, boy, listen.
You see what I'm saying? If you're anything like us, you're probably gonna catch a show that isn't wrestling related while you're there, because I think Bruno Mars is still has a residency there. I think 50's ended. I would have gone to 50 Cent's residency.
Shouts out to the homie Mike Bivens. New Edition.
You know what I'm saying? I caught Silk Sonic's first residency in Vegas. Masterful show. Spent a pretty penny on that. Then, libations while you're there.
And even if they're free in the casino, you must tip your waitress.
I mean, that's just good etiquette. Then you might want to get out and shop. This is not
I would hope not, but if you do,
I mean, if you get outside, sometimes you want to see what the local culture is like. You might, if it's me, 2 places I'm always gonna hit is gonna be I'm gonna hit the mall and I'm gonna find all the sneaker stores. Then other than that, I'm gonna get around and I'm gonna see what's what. I'm gonna try to find the outlets too, so it's not like I'm finna go pay resale prices, but still, I'm gonna be outside trying to make the money move. Yeah,
there you go.
So all the stuff that we've named, we haven't spent any money on wrestling related stuff. As we mentioned, there are the shows that are going on that are non-WWE related. If you're in town and you're that much of a wrestling fan, chances are you want to be immersed in the culture the entire time, which means you're gonna go to other shows.
And we went to a show. We went to a show last March that was on a unseasonably warm day in an unseasonably warm atmosphere inside. That was we found out the value of concession stand food during that show,
bruh.
And if you think that's not a game for something that you're gonna be, the overall experience from waiting in line to getting seated to watching the event is going to take you, if you're good, 7 hours.
So hit the cash register on that. Then there's this thing, I don't even know if they still use the same name for it, but WrestleMania Access.
Yep, that's there. It's still a thing.
Chances are at some point you're going to be dropping out for either a photo op or an autograph or a t-shirt.
Even if that's not at Access, you're going somewhere where there's a wrestler and they're going to charge you.
There's going to be a convention vibe somewhere where you're probably going to have a chance to meet so-and-so and take a photo and get an autograph. Most of the time that's going to cost something. So that's all of that. We got the lodgings, we got the airfare, we got the transportation, we got all the knickknacks and the paddywhacks. We've eaten.
We've thrown a stray dog a bone.
Yeah, we've kicked it. I I'm trying to think, am I missing any particular expenses? Probably gonna need some aspirin.
I'm about to say recovery for the day after, whether it be night 1, night 2, or both.
Facts. Yeah. So this gets pricey, and before you know it, you really could hit 10 bands, depending on how hard you want to kick it. Now, if you want to go and ration money out and try to cheap your way through it, you gonna step on your experience. But I understand. And everybody doesn't want to spend 10 grand.
And for those who booked in advance and didn't get the flight insurance, don't miss your flight.
Fam. And then look, that's a gamble by itself. And now getting in an airplane is a whole different gamble.
If you plan on getting car service from Vegas to LA because something happens in the air while you're in Vegas that's unrelated to Vegas, and you're scared because like that's the end of your line, you're done with it. And we're talking about just LA. We're not talking about anywhere else where somebody might decide to do a long distance ride share.
That part. Oh, don't even think. I just thought about that. Don't even look at trying to get a rental car from the airport.
That's a wrap. That's
over with. Ride share is gonna be like triple the pricing. Like it is really a whole different world. It's completely a different world. And let's not even get into, let's say you get there a day or two early and you want to do something like the stadium tour at Allegiant Stadium. Sky high.
All right.
And then don't get any bright ideas like, hey, I want to go get a wrestling themed tattoo to remember and commemorate this weekend. Everybody taxing.
Let me hold on. Shouts out to the sixth man on this thing here.
Price just went up.
So this is the current rundown. Then we'll get into the card. Tuesday, April 15th. Yes, Tuesday, April 15th.
Oh, so you got to be there a week. Say, bro. You need to be leveraging like a life insurance policy or pulling out your 401k.
And this is so apropos for this for the way this is scheduled. Micromania Midget Wrestling in Las Vegas. Tuesday. Wednesday, New Tradition Lucha Libre. Scheduled to appear. See if there's any names I recognize.
Fuego del Sol.
Nope. Nope. Wait, hold on. Damn it. Not at that show, but later on, because that's a 5 p.m. show. At 7 p.m. the same night, Colorado Wrestling Collection versus The World. The very first match on the card, Danny Rivera versus Fuego del Sol.
I told you the homie was gonna be there. How did I know? Because I know.
Now here's
Fuego dive.
Here's what's super dope.
I want part of that residuals when that shirt gets made too.
There's a trios championship that CWC has, and in that match is Sam Stackhouse.
I think you better recognize.
Yeah, so those are only names I recognize on that card. Okay. Big Valley Wrestling versus World's Greatest Wrestling, same time, same night in Vegas. Dragon Gate USA, The Rebirth, 8 p.m., same night.
Crazy.
Scheduled to appear on that card, Yamato, Hyo, Ishin, Shun Skywalker, Susumu, and Matt Sydal.
Okay.
Then Micromania Midget Wrestling is back that night as well. Thursday. Oh, this is big. Defy Wrestling is at 11 a.m. at the Palms. 11 a.m.
Right after breakfast.
You ready for this one?
Run it.
Kenta versus Mance Warner.
Damn.
Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson versus Midnight Heat, Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson.
Fam, you gotta chill.
11 a.m., bro.
You've got to chill.
You have Oasis Pro, Ase Pro, both of the also all.
Oh, Ase gonna be out there?
All three of them at 11 a.m.
Oh yeah. We pick Ase for obvious reasons.
Yes. Pandemonium Pro at noon. Check out this lineup. Tommy Billington versus Sean Legacy. Mustafa Ali versus Ninja Mac. Shelton Benjamin versus Kevin Blackwood. I can stop there. Oh, no, I can't. Wardlow, Allen Angels, and Fuego del Sol versus Jordan Cruz, Sonico, and Wicked.
Bruh.
This is at noon, bro.
Keep going. keep going.
Let's see here. Kurt White's Big Time Wrestling. What happens at Big Time stays at Big Time. Scheduled to appear, Allen Five Angels, Matt Cardona. Also at noon, Stardom. Also at 2 p.m., Phase 1 Pro, Dante's House of Fire.
It sounds like they got fire wings.
WrestleCon 3, there's your convention. That's at 3 p.m.
Told you.
West Coast Pro. Scheduled to appear, Timothy Thatcher, Dragon Kid, and Yamato. Oh, and Starboy Charlie's also scheduled on that one.
If his entrance music isn't The Weeknd, I'm a Starboy, then I don't even want to see it.
I'm a Starboy. Dusk Pro at 3 p.m. 4 p.m. Winter Circle Pro. Scheduled to appear, Jordan Cruz, Jonathan Gresham.
Okay.
Let's see here. 5 p.m. Spark Joshi Peruso. Oh, sorry. Puroresu.
You talking about pierogies?
By that time, you're going to need them. World's Greatest at 5 p.m. also.
I'm the world's greatest.
TNA Unbreakable at 6 p.m. Let's see here.
Now, none of these shows are charity events. They're charging at the door.
Every show has tickets available. Melina's Divas and Drag Wrestling.
Yo.
6:30 p.m.
No judgment.
Prestige Wrestling, 7 p.m.
Worldwide?
Oh, boy. You're killing me. Now check this one out. If you're on a wild wrestling spree, like to go across the city just to see some familiar faces or the product you've never seen before.
Wild ride.
Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah.
El Phantasmo. Kylie Ray. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr.
Okay.
Shun Skywalker. Kylie Ray again. Oh, that's what I say. He's already on the card. Okay, same place. All right, 8 p.m. Demand Lucha versus Destiny World Wrestling, one night in Vegas. The Barbarian. Which the OG. Oh, because the
Bloodline Gang.
Hold on, the Barbarian and the Warlord.
Oh yeah, that's must see TV.
Sam Adonis, Ray Horace, Sonico, Trent Seven will also be there.
Okay, he still got his mustache too.
GCW, not going to even go into that one. I'm still
knew they were going to be there.
I'm still upset for what they did to the Briscoes and the Cold Crush.
I'm overcharged for what they did to the Cold Crush.
Marks R Us. Yes, that is an organization name. That's also at 8 p.m. Danger Zone Wrestling. Joey Janela or Joey Gigello and Santana Jackson on that card as well. Then Micro Midget with another show, or Micromania with another show. Oh boy, Fighting Evolution at 11 p.m. Zicky Dice versus Elijah Burke. The Pope is in the building. Marty Skrull versus Kenny King.
Okay.
Danny Limelight on the card. Oh, Lord have mercy. Danny Limelight's on the card in Vegas with Kenny King. God. AJ Francis on this card, and there's a $500 twerk off contest. I'll just read it. I don't create it. Marvelous Pro with Queen Amanada, Masha Slamovich at 11 p.m. And Progress starts at 11:59 that night. Let's see here. And then going to Friday, 11 p.m. at the Palms. We have Tokyo Joshi Pro. I mean, you can pretty much put who you want to on this one. Ed and San Antonio Productions, Potter Mania. And they're having something like, this is a stacked card in terms of the amount of matches. It's like 9 matches on this card.
This sounds exhausting. We haven't even made it to the stuff you paid for. The reason you made the trip, but keep going.
Stardom again versus Pro Texas Wrestling Cartel. Yep, DDT Pro at 3 p.m.
I mean, what is wrestling without a DDT?
Shinya Aoki versus Timothy Thatcher. Boy, I want to see the highlights from that one.
So we need footage. Somebody send a link. Pause.
Let's see. Let me keep going here. WrestleCore Fear and WrestleCore in Vegas at 3. Deadlock Pro at 4. Devotion Pro at 4:30. SmackDown at 4:30. Joey Janela Spring Break. Joey Janela versus Sabu. I hope Sabu hurt that man and don't kill him. The Wagner family is performing that night. Gringo Loco will be there.
I want Sabu to throw a fireball. I don't care who it's at. I just want him to throw one.
Here's a good one. Pride Style Inclusive Pro.
What?
Dragon Gates back again at 8 p.m. Future Stars 8 p.m. Ruthless Pro 8 p.m.
We need some shout outs from some of these promotions because we is really putting it on. We putting on for the city right now.
I'm waiting to see Lou on here. Grap House 10 p.m. Micromania back again for that night. New Texas Pro at 10 p.m. UPW Pro 11 p.m. Heels Have Eyes for the culture. Shouts out to Smoke Dizzler. Shouts out to Westside Gun.
Boom, 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 boom.
Micromania Pro at another show. Now we're at Saturday. GCW Effie's Big Gay Brunch at 11 a.m. Stand and Deliver of NXT 11 a.m. Rise Underground Pro 12 noon. TJPW versus DDT versus GCW at 2 p.m. You can only imagine the stars that's going to pop up in that one just randomly.
When is Wale Mania?
Not listed on here.
So see, I know that's going to happen.
You know that usually happens the night before.
That goes without saying. Wale Mania is going to be a thing.
And of course, WrestleMania starts at 4 p.m. Micromania with more after WrestleMania. GCW with another show that night, calling it Cluster Forever. Family Time Wrestling behind Terrible's gas station. Blah 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 blah. Micromania again, and then we go into Sunday. Future Legend Women's Tournament. WrestleMania again, more Micromania, Monday Night Raw. That's everything that's listed as of now.
We didn't get Friday SmackDown in there. I didn't hear Friday SmackDown.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, that was at 4 p.m. on Friday.
Okay, cool.
Wale Mania 7 p.m. on Thursday the 17th at the Brooklyn Bowl.
And aren't they doing something different with the Hall of Fame? Like they weren't going to do it at SmackDown. They were going to find a separate location for it.
Let me roll through the events real quick. Thursday. It's WWE World. That's the access now. So okay. WWE Makes World. Sense. Yeah, that's at the convention center. So we got WrestleCon, Busted Open Radio's Masterclass, Wale Mania, Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, and that's on Thursday. Friday, we got WWE World at WrestleMania, WrestleCon again, Wrestling Observer Convention.
Oh, everybody's podcast is going to be there. Just like,
well, we're supposed to. When they're supposed to do? What was? Oh, that's in Dallas.
That's here for all. Yeah.
Okay.
That's here for the summer. But
yeah, it's a lot going on in terms of that is concerned. But yeah, Wale Mania is on Thursday. So 2
things to close the book on that. 1, I envision, and I'm speaking this into existence, where a WrestleMania here in the not too distant future, we are going to have full sponsorship and documentation, shoot a documentary of us going to as many WrestleMania week events as possible. This could possibly be something for Sir and Vega to get us on.
We may have to do one day separate just to see how much we can get done.
Nah.
No? Wow. No. Okay.
We need. Well, you know what? We'll do it for science.
Yeah, I'm saying just for research purposes.
But I feel like the documentary has more richness to it if we do all of these like
Oh my goodness, fam. There is a round trip shuttle bus to WrestleMania from the Grand, the Bellagio, the Palms, the Fontainebleau, Rio All Suite and Resort for $66 per.
So add that. And let me let you know that is going to be the smelliest shuttle ride you've ever been on in your life.
It's going to smell like homeless.
That might be generous.
Absolute
because you got to catch
worst.
them smelling going, and then after they've been in an arena sitting and sweating for 8 hours, you got to catch them coming back.
Bro, that's the worst.
So the first part, I'm speaking the documentary and the sponsorship. That's the biggest part. Someone's gonna sponsor us to indulge in WrestleMania week. It's gonna be great. Second part, everything we just went through, that whole however many minutes it was to explain to you that there is a lot of money involved in being involved in WrestleMania.
It was about 15 minutes worth of me running down like dates and venues.
So that makes it probably 20 coming up on 30 minutes. We've been talking about why WrestleMania isn't necessarily selling the amount of tickets due to the fact that there's such a large financial investment. And you have the nerve, one, to try to blame Jey Uso, but not hold any of their champions accountable, which no one person, no talent should be blamed for ticket sales. It's literally the cost of the event that's to blame. And then you want to go further and disrespect a Mount Rushmore WWE personality, The Rock, for coming back and adding more star power to sell more tickets.
Aside from the fact that he is legit on the board
of directors. So this is literally his money that he playing with.
In efforts to make your event more worth it to your pocket.
You see what I'm saying? Like, sock it to my pocket because I'm something like a pimp. I don't understand what people don't see about it. No, I know what it is. You hate him. You just won't say the reason you hate him. So you'll use everything else as a reason to hate him.
Tell me why you hate him, son.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad. And it's getting old. You did it last year with the whole Cody Crybabies thing. Like, everyone was mad at him during the first Raw. And
you notice how Roman is completely out the picture right now?
Completely out of the play. That's by design.
Absolutely it is. But
we're setting up stuff. Like, didn't he say shut up and just enjoy the ride? You on? Just
drink your Terramana and keep it moving.
That's it. Now, if I'm gonna be air quotes mad or I'm gonna have any critique for The Rock, just not so much Terramana before you have to go out,
bruh. But what can you tell somebody who's running the company?
Absolutely nothing.
Obviously, we learned that from the previous regimes.
Which is why this is not an order. This is not a command. This is not me bitching. This is just like a mild suggestion. Hey, drink as much as you want. It's your life.
Show the bottle, but put water in the glass for your benefit.
Let's not crack the seal on the bottle until after business is done. Like, he's celebrating life before he even come out through the curtain.
He almost single-handedly got NXT canceled off of CW.
My boy. You know what?
You know how hard that is?
Even if you use it to further the final boss character, meaning I can show up and do whatever I want. I can walk out on camera with a half-drunk bottle of Terramana if I wanted to.
What he did and what almost happened, and not to say that he couldn't have bought his way out of that situation, because I'm sure he could have, but what almost happened is the equivalent of saying it's not okay to say ass on Fox. They've been saying ass on Fox for 27 years.
I would wager to say longer, because when was Married with Children?
88,
like early 90s.
88, bruh.
You see what I'm saying? So it's longer than that. But all I'm gonna say is, if I have any one thing I would mildly suggest to The Rock, is let's have a little less Terramana before we deliver our lines, and then go crazy afterwards.
Word.
Maybe you take like 2 shots or two grown up glasses and take the edge off. But let's not forget the point that we're trying to make when we go out there and cut these promos.
Word. All right,
But
so
again,
what do we get? We all that tap dancing. What do we get? Do we get the corporate Homelander champion, a la the Vought Corporation, run by The Rock, or do we get Cody doing Cody things only to lose to John Cena, aka Peacemaker, at WrestleMania Night 2?
This is why we have to tune in. There are a lot of pieces that have to come together before you even try to figure out what Cody's next move is.
All right, so now let's get into the matches. I'm glad we put that spin on it, because thinking that this is a roadblock, nah, man, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. It's called a tease. All right,
it's a checkpoint.
In the efforts of pandering to your home country, let's start with the women's tag team title match.
Boo!
Your champions. This is not even a tag team title match. It's just a tag team match. This is Nia Jax.
Hold on, player.
Nia Jax and Candice LeRae taking on Tiffany Stratton and Toronto's own Trish Stratus. Suave, who ain't gonna win.
Team Jax move.
And taking the pin ain't gonna be Nia Jax.
Shouldn't be. Should not be.
All right.
Candice, thank you for being a team player.
For the unsanctioned match of the night, the lights out match of the night, the 2 Canadians, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Suave, who ain't gonna win.
Blame Canada.
A Canadian ain't gonna win.
I look at it like this. I don't think you're gonna rematch this at WrestleMania. So whatever you're gonna get, you're gonna have a final conclusion to it Saturday. Kevin Owens ain't gonna win. We know this isn't the end for him, but I feel
and you know what? Knowing that lets me believe that Sammy does need this more.
Sammy cannot come up short here. Sammy been
taking L's at home for many, as E40 would say, many moons, my boy.
He's been living the same storyline in a loop for like 8 years. This was the same thing as last year. Like, he couldn't win the big one till he finally won the big one versus Walter, and now like he's back in the same position, not able to win the big one, and now about to have a drag out with his lifelong nemesis.
There was one edit to the loop that keeps repeating, and that was anti-establishment Sammy, which led to him joining the Bloodline, because that was the time where we actually got him versus Johnny Knoxville, which was the most disappointing yet one of the most shelf-tested matches in the history of WrestleMania. That match holds up great.
It was better than it had any right to be. Sammy made magic with that, and I think that's what finally got him greenlit to be in a better position as far as what he's booked in on television. Not wins and losses wise, but content. He got better content after bringing that particular situation up to a respectable level.
That match is holding up like a well-kept cigar in a humidor.
Because that could have been a Halloween episode of Raw.
That could have been any WCW pay-per-view.
That could have been like every Thanksgiving food fight that's ever been on WWE TV for the last 20 years.
That could have been every 4th of July food fight on WWE for the last 20 years.
God, that could have been like every Christmas episode with Santa in the ring.
That could have been every year in review.
That could have been every This Is Your Life other than the one with Rock and Big Foley.
Yeah, no, Yerple. Don't put Yerple in this. Yerple did nothing to you.
Yeah, Yerple thugged it out. Like, they went 15 minutes over, and it's classic. Every other one since then, trash.
Kevin Owens ain't gonna win. So keeping it moving, but it's not coming at a cost, because something's gonna happen to Sammy afterwards. In the women's elimination chamber match, here's what we have going on. We've got the Cocoa Butter Combat Club, Bianca Belair and Naomi. We also have Bayley. We have Liv Morgan, who is one half of the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions for the 3rd time. We have Alexa Bliss, and we also have Roxanne Perez. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Anybody not named Bianca Belair.
I'm trying to think. Because the winner of the Elimination Chamber goes for the World Heavyweight Championship, correct?
Yes, to face Rhea Ripley. So what? So looking at it,
let's bring it back. Let's bring it back again.
Who gives you the best marquee matchup for an event you're still trying to sell tickets to versus Rhea Ripley?
Hands down, like it is not even close. It's got to be Bianca Belair. Anybody not named Bianca Belair.
Talk to me nice when you do it. Liv Morgan would have been the other choice, but they have done that up and down, back and forth.
Bayley is doing way too. She's doing a good job, but she's not doing enough to move the needle with the crowd. Naomi she's still recovering from coming back from TNA. Liv's got a tag team belt and there's absolutely no way. Alexa Bliss, I mean, way too soon. And Roxanne Perez will be a champion. It just won't be this year.
So, I mean, look at your available options. The when in doubt, go with the biggest star.
And Bianca, by leaps and bounds, is the biggest star on that list. Argue with your mama.
I think part of taking the tag belts off of them is, one, to free her up so that she can be in that spot, and two, it furthers some storyline plot points on the other side. All
right, and then our final match of the night, the Men's Elimination Chamber. The 16-time world champion John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Kung Fu Panda, Logan Paul, and Damian Priest. And the winner takes on Cody Lander?
Codith, yes.
Cody.
The winner faces Codith Rhodes.
Codith Rhodes, if you will. Suave ain't gonna win.
Thwackum Jr., baby.
Thwackum, baby.
Same premise here. Now, on our social media at Broken Pencil BC, and that's on all things. We have kind of pushed the narrative of Peacemaker versus Codelander. I like that. If I wouldn't feel bad if that was the choice you made. However,
let's bring it up again. There it is, right on the screen.
I mean, Cena seems like the easy choice, and considering you need help selling tickets, Cena might be the smart play.
I got one before you continue with that. I got one problem with that.
What's your problem with that?
He's been selling us on the idea that he's going to be full time for this final year. This is only his third appearance since saying that.
Well, that comes more from the fickle crowd that hates on Roman for it, but won't mention it when it's Cena.
Hey, at least Roman tells you what he's going to give you. Cena flat out lied.
No, that's one thing. But Cena is filming a movie, so I understand. I know, but you do realize there's a double standard at play.
Yes,
Roman's basically the Antichrist for not working a full-time schedule. But Cena tells you he's back on a full-time schedule for the exit tour, and the first 3 months of it, he's been there like 4 times.
Yo, if this is the new full-time though, shouts out to him for figuring it out.
Facts. If they paying him full-time money, I'm all the way with it.
Yo.
He earned that. He's earned that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be critical of him. I'm going to be critical of the people who don't keep that same energy.
And let me call it right now. He's not going into 2026 with a match on his hand. He's going into 2026 as the first inductee to WWE Hall of Fame.
Facts. As far as we understand, it's supposed to be over with come the end of December.
Yeah.
But smart play, and probably the better play if you're having an issue selling tickets, is advertising Cena potentially winning 17 at his last WrestleMania.
What I can't stand with us talking this much about Cena for this one match, and there's 5 other competitors in here, and another person who is just as worthy of taking it and getting asses in seats for this one. Everybody's billing this as the most star-studded Elimination Chamber of all time, which I beg to differ.
Yeah, that's just a selling point that they're using to get you to watch. I don't see it that way. My choice would be Cranberry Mimosa.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Anybody not named Cranberry Mimosa.
Anybody not named Cranberry Mimosa would be my pick. I feel like there's a more compelling story to be told from March 1st through the road to WrestleMania if it is Pepsi Phil.
Let me before we continue into this and get who ain't gonna win. Let's go through some of these fabled Elimination Chamber matches to talk about the level of starism in here.
Okay.
Or stardom, if you will. Give me a number from 1 to 36.
The first one is probably the most star-studded.
I mean, 2002 is really hard to go against that one because, you know, we're talking about people who are in their prime. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Booker T, Chris Jericho, Kane, and Rob Van Dam.
That's 6 Hall of Famers.
Everybody in their prime.
That is six legitimate Hall of Famers. So, okay.
How about, well, fine. Here's the second one. Triple H, Jericho, Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels. 5 Hall of Famers and 1 will be.
Okay. I still got one ranked above that one, but go ahead.
Let's see here. I don't want to go with that one. That's another damn good one too. Let me keep going. Here, they had one for the ECW championship. Bobby Lashley, who was the champion, Big Show, CM Punk, Hardcore Holly, Rob Van Dam, and Test.
Looking at it on paper, you would think it would be great. Truth is, that is one of the worst elimination chambers in recorded history.
But it was an ECW world championship there.
It's one of those that's so bad you have to watch it so you know what happened.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Like show ended like half an hour early bad.
We can't forget the tag team elimination chamber match. New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus Los Matadores, which we could care less about. The Ascension, talk about a bust tag team from NXT. Lucha Dragons, boy, how the mighty have fallen, and primetime players. Now, this was in an era where they thought we as fans thought they were caring about tag teams, but still found out they didn't give up.
Just because you lump a bunch of them together doesn't mean you're caring about booking the division. It's not the same.
Nope. There's one on SmackDown. I think this was the first one that was actually they had a few on SmackDown.
What year is it?
Which one? Because there's like 3 or 4 on SmackDown.
I thought you were talking about like 2017.
So I was actually about to go into that one. So I'm glad you mentioned it. The Miz, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, John Cena, and Bray Wyatt.
Which is where Bray Wyatt won his first world title.
Bray Wyatt won his first world title from John Cena, who was the champion.
Bing bong.
And it was, again, on SmackDown.
Yeah, I still got the first one as being the most star-studded from what we've gone through so far.
Exactly.
It is. It just is.
Here's another good one in terms of names.
Juice.
That's a good one. Daniel Bryan, who was the champion, defeated AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, and Samoa Joe.
Facts. The work rate in that one might be the best ever. Not the most star-studded.
We got almost an entire hour 2 out of SmackDown with this one match.
Damn. WrestleMania was a real thing.
Let's see here. Yeah, and we can pretty much stop there. I mean, there's like name wise, like for name value, we've already gone through a couple of them that have more name value than this one today, and I'm not slighting this one at all, but
it's a selling point. It's because you have Cena and Pepsi Phil. Put the graphic back up.
So we've already got the 2 top choices in terms of who can bring the most dollars.
So
now
those 2 are Mount Rushmore nominees. One of them is a Mount Rushmore. Cena is on WWE's Mount Rushmore. So those 2 superstars. Logan Paul, for a whole bunch of other reasons, has the biggest pull from outside of the WWE.
I expect something really freakish from him in this match.
Right. He's there to do something, you know, off the wall and probably set up whatever his WrestleMania angle or WrestleMania match is going to end up being. Him and CM Punk had an interesting back and forth to where if they decide to go with Cena, Phil versus Logan Paul is something that you can probably get a little mileage out of. I think because of CM Punk's age and his story arc being he needs to eventually main event a WrestleMania, I don't think you have WrestleManias to waste.
I don't know if this would be a waste because
No. Him versus Logan Paul, considering his age and what his final goal is, it's a waste.
Ooh, okay.
Now, will the build up and the subsequent match be a waste? Probably not. All things considered, yeah, it's a waste.
It's almost like we're going to get a triple threat out of Priest, Kung Fu Panda, and Drew McIntyre. Like, because all three of them were involved in the WrestleMania main event last year. Well, not even main event, just in the opening match of WrestleMania last year.
I mean, you don't believe in. You probably believe in about three options: Kung Fu Panda, CM Punk, John Cena. Everybody else is just there. I don't believe in Kung Fu Panda. I don't either. He has a story. He has a story that you would believe if he ended up there.
Yeah, Priest's story does not include John Cena or CM Punk, so we can X him out the equation. Drew had his moment with CM Punk. They both got a nice payoff out of that one. So your choices are going to be it's everybody not named Cranberry Mimosa, everybody not named John Cena. And because of how the pay-per-view calendar lines up and other factors coming into other shows later on this year, I'm going to say anybody not named Cranberry Mimosa.
Again, I'm not going to be mad with either one. I think you can figure out some stuff either way, because if the goal is just for Cena to end up with 17, you have so many other ways you can get there.
And I don't think it's going to happen at Mania. Is what I'm saying.
I like your idea of Money in the Bank.
He would be the dark horse. I hate that he have to, basically, just like with this, he's taking somebody's spot, and that could be his thing going for the rest of the year. Like, okay, I didn't get it here. Okay, I've earned the right to do this. Right to do this.
Actual factuals, which would kind of facilitate an organic heel turn if you played it the right way.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Sure. Off the top of your head, because you're pretty much a historian when it comes to pay-per-views. Off the top of your head, are there 6 different Money in the Bank winners active right now on the roster?
Winners? Okay.
We got Punk and we got Cena.
You got Punk, Cena, Kung Fu Panda. You got Miz. You have.
Do we care about Miz enough for what I'm about to land?
If you're gonna pitch an Money in the Bank All-Star,
yes, I am.
You got enough time to make him matter again.
Because he's already trying to make the U.S. Championship matter again.
That's just him,
or Intercontinental Championship, or the U.S. I don't know. One of them.
That's him propping up the mid card.
U.S. U.S.
Yeah, not him being turned loose and to do his own thing. That's him propping up the mid card.
Right.
That's 4. We only need 2 more. Money in the Bank winners. Who won last year?
Didn't Drew win last year? No, Priest won last year.
See, so okay, that's 5.
That's 5. Okay. The year before that was McIntyre.
And Otis is still there, even though
I don't count him.
So I mean, you have that many though. Who's another one?
Is there any Money in the Bank winner who's not in WWE who's available that makes sense?
Ziggler. Well, nickname.
Bam.
The kid's a shooter.
There you go. So
I believe in Joe Hendry. Look, we've already pitched that idea. That's how Cena should really get to 17 is by beating Joe Hendry. We mapped that out really well. But okay, so peep this. I've noticed something, and because of the whole the Rock's promo took. One, I feel like it was scripted that way. Saying soul is so specific. That's not something he just came up with on the fly. That's a plot point that's going to come up again.
Yep.
However, what it made me think about was WrestleMania 17. Houston Astrodome that culminated in the turn of Stone Cold Steve Austin aligning himself with arch nemesis and now exiled McMahon, Vincent Kennedy.
The plot twist that wasn't.
Right. What I potentially see being a possibility is a rehash of that story that could take place with the other party being CM Punk or John Cena,
as like a backup option, or as the one who had his back turned on.
Okay, follow me on this just for a little bit. Just appease me for a second. Let's say come Saturday, Rock comes looking for his answer. You get some ambiguous rigmarole to where you don't actually get a decision made. And The Rock is like, well, let me prove to you how much I can make this work for you. So, Cody starts getting even more first-class treatment, really, really being the guy. But he hasn't accepted yet.
He's being courted.
For the sake of conversation, let's say it's Cena that wins the Elimination Chamber.
Shouts out to my guy, Dre. As my guy Dre in Oklahoma would say, Rock would be pitching woo with Cody.
Pitching woo, basically. Pitching woo on the job. When it gets to the moment of the climax moment of the story, it's not Cody that becomes The Rock's champion. It's the first ever heel turn of Cena because of his desperation to get 17. So
with the person who he's closest aligned with in terms of career trajectory / story arc.
Bing bong. And then you can play off of that where Cena's like, look, I had some things to say about you once upon a time, and then I became you. And
I'm sorry.
And now that I understand what it's like to have become you, I need to benefit from this business the same way you have.
Teach me, almighty master.
Exactly. And then you get Peacemaker for about 6 months while because Cody's better chasing. We've always said that Cody is better as a babyface. He's better chasing.
And the last pay-per-view of the year, as it sits right now, is in Boston.
Boston.
And the only thing that will be better than Cena winning 17 in Boston is Cena losing 17 in Boston.
That's all I'm saying. Now, follow me on this. Let's say it's not Cena. Let's say it's Cranberry Mimosa. CM Punk has been telling anybody who will listen on a podcast for the better part of the last year, wait till let's see what they think about me in 6 months. We're about at that 6 month spot. And Easter egg on something he said to Logan Paul this past Monday on Raw. What I know and what Cody Rhodes knows is that I'm Satan himself. Number one, shout out to MJF. Secondly, that's foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
So what if anti-establishment Phil finally says, you know what? In order for me to get my WrestleMania main event, I had Paul make an introduction for me. That was the favor. And now Cranberry Mimosa is the People's Champion's champion.
Is that it? Like, is it that simple? Is that like the favor that small?
It could be. It very well could be. It could be make the introduction. It could be make the introduction, then manage me in the match.
What if hold what you got? What if the favor was for Paul to put the pencil in his hand and write it up for Punk, and Punk explains that the pencil was in Paul's hand all the time because Wade Barrett made mention about going off script and using those words.
Listen, with the players you have involved, you have a lot of different options. And the beauty of it is when you play with these different options, anything's possible. You have somewhere that you can go with Roman and Seth to where they don't have to be in the world title match this year. The Rock doesn't even have to wrestle. He just has to be a focal point. You have enough players to make this compelling without shoehorning anybody into a position that they don't necessarily need to be in. And then here's the third option. Cody just buys in, but he doesn't buy in until the moment of truth. When he buys in, you get Codelander. And then you have a whole list of people who are going to chase Codelander until whenever.
There's so many I hate to call them heel turns and face turns, but there's so many like flip-flops in character that could happen just coming out of this match alone going into WrestleMania.
DJ Quick has an album in his discography. It's called Balance and Options.
Balance and Options.
We are in DJ Quick mode when it comes to WWE booking on the road to WrestleMania. We have balance and we have options. We can do whatever we want right now, and I guarantee you're going to get something either you like or you hate enough to keep watching.
And it just so happens it's around the same season of the biggest release of their video game ever.
Welcome to the island of relevancy.
Man. So who you got?
Final answer, I'm going with anybody not named Phillip.
Damn. We pretty much spot on, huh? It's when you apply broken pencil logic.
You know what I'm saying?
In a real life scenario.
If I need to pick Cena just so we have something to bet on, I'll do that.
We still need to figure out what the other bet was.
It's too far gone.
See, this is what happens.
Whatever it is, we ain't even dealing with it no more. It's been too long since then.
Yeah.
We're of a certain age where if you don't strike while the iron's hot, you just strike out.
Well, help us figure it out. Show at BrokenPencilBC.com, BrokenPencilBC@gmail.com. It's at BrokenPencilBC on all things social. At BrokenPencilBC on what?
Everything.
And everything. Suave, take them to the house.
Pencil pushers, like, rate, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, and then tell that friend again. Heads up, pencils down.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.